Welcome once again to KAFTAN Television. We're never tired to welcome you because we enjoy your company. Thank you for being there on the other side. And we bring you the polity. And as usual, we will be discussing a topic that we know is dear to your heart. It's something you really want to hear about, and you also probably want to contribute to. And my name is Dayo Mobu. And just before we talk about the topic, let me also bring in my guests. I have next to me is Chukwunalu Eke. He's an in-house great guy, and I mean, you can talk about, when you talk about someone who is of utility value, you know, I remember those days that Ernest Okonkwo used to talk about somebody, describe someone as a utility player. He could play from the back, he could play from the the central defense, he could play the wings and all that and all that. There were a few persons like that at the time. I've forgotten who particularly he used to describe that way. What I say, Amese Maka now, but I've forgotten. Yeah, so you can talk about him as a utility person, very useful in almost every department, and he brings to his analysis a whole lot of knowledge, history, and depth. Welcome, Chukwunalu Eke.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Right. And to my far right, you have Sadauki Abu Ahmed. Is a public affairs analyst, and I do know that his name rings a bell along these streets. And so I welcome you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now, what are we talking about today? Of course, it will be showing on the screen any moment from now. We're talking about the fact that the Senate did confirm the president's nominee for Minister of Defense, retired General Chris Musa, yesterday. And for once, they didn't just tell him to bow and go. And I think that because of how it looks as if a whole lot of people are in support of the choice of General Chris Musa, you probably would have expected that they would just accept him to do bow and go. But even the Senate president himself stepped forward yesterday and said, no, we're not going to do politics of bow and go. He needs to tell us something. Let me ask from Sadauki.
Yes.
Do you think, would you have preferred a bow and go thing?
No.
Correct. So why? Because
the bow and go thing is something that really not meant for the Senate, because they are not the only Nigerians. The citizens
need to know
what is in the candidate's plan.
Right.
So the issue of just taking bow and go doesn't augur well in the minds of Nigerians, because Nigerians would like to hear any designated personality on any national assignment to really bear his mind, so that people can be able to understand him clearly. So it's not okay to say that just because the Senate is familiar with him, and then he will not give some explanation, because it is stewardship expected of him up front. So therefore, it is expected that he should be able to tell people the good things he is going to do and the challenges he is entertaining before he even gets into the office. So that's why I am not with the bow and go.
So it was a good thing Senate really put him through
very
the grilling.
Good. And
did he, to your, I mean, by your assessment, did he step up?
Good. He has stepped up. He has fit in what Nigerians want to hear from him. He has embellished all the necessary integrity of security issues, because he has taken some bold steps by saying that, yes, this time around he's going to remove the checkpoints and push in the military into the bushes.
Right.
Let them go to the forest and fight these bandits and terrorists,
right.
Which is what had been expected of the Nigerian military. Because if you leave them in the checkpoint, you wonder what they are doing there in the checkpoint. Because as far as this insecurity is concerned, close to 2 decades now, we don't we can't really say what has the checkpoint achieved so far. And I bet you if this shift from the checkpoint to the forest will have its way, I bet you will see a lot of positivities in fighting banditry and terrorism.
All right. I mean, if you say that we can't really see what has been achieved by the checkpoints, maybe I should go to AK. Now, you would recall, both of you will recall a time was when these people were already getting into the Federal Capital Territory. You'll recall there was bombing in, I think, this day headquarters. There was bombing at the UN headquarters. There was bombing at the Nigeria Police headquarters, and so on and so forth. And so it looked like the police were unable to curtail, to stop, to stem the tide of bombings and the security lapses. And so it was like, okay, what next do we do? Why don't we bring in the soldiers who are trained, I mean, of course, not for civilian security, but for the defense of the territory. And of course, it was becoming like an implosion. And if the house is going to crash, don't you, they say that desperate situations require desperate measures. Is that not why these soldiers were called in? To also be part of the checkpoint?
Yeah, before the bombings in Abuja, Nyanya, UN, police headquarters, and I think the army was already in prior to that, because if you can recall the historical angle of Boko Haram, you know, they started with the killing of police officers in Borno, Yobe, and all that. They started with uniformed people, not even the army. I think they tried with prison, immigration, police, then did some stuff at boys-only schools in around the northeast. You know, so it was at that point that the soldiers were called in that this is beyond what police can handle, you know, naturally. So and it's not that our police, like I usually say, that it's not that our police are not equipped or don't have the facility to handle that. We've seen the way and manner they usually get whoever they want to get, but it's just that we still have this military mentality in Nigeria that still feel that the military. Yes, I understand some part of history that says since NSO was removed from the police, that is the present day NSA, DSS, NIA, and because the NSO was broken into three. You know, so we now that since when that was done, the police has been, you know, balkanized in such a way that they are no more effective to what they're supposed to do. Yes, I understand all that, but really, if you look at Nigerian police budget, you will see that Nigerian police have their own helicopter, they have their own marine, they have their own marine department, they have. So when you look at, and they still have intelligence officers within the police. So Nigerian police are actually equipped, but it's just that the way the architecture, the security architecture in Nigeria is being, we feel that military is superior to Nigerian police. So that is why we are still having that kind of mentality. And I want you to also go back to when General Ali Guso was appointed the Minister of Defense, and which this minister, General Musa, also mentioned it during his training. There was this problem between him and CDS. He wanted them to report to him, and the CDS and chief, that the service chiefs said no, they have to report to the commander-in-chief. And I think there was a time
he wanted who to report to him?
The service chiefs to report to the Minister of Defense.
Okay.
Since he will now coordinate
and
the activities and report to the president. But there was...
Is that not what it ought to be?
No, that is not how it is right now.
Okay, but is that what it... From your own angle, is that what it ought to be?
Yes, that is how
it's
supposed to be, because if you look at the U.S., I think the chiefs, they report to the Department of State, and at the same time, reports. I may not be sure of how it's done in U.S.
But if you have a minister supervising a ministry, all parastatals, all bodies, all agencies within that parastatal are supposed to report to the minister.
Yes, that is how it's supposed to be, since he's the minister.
He's the administrative head.
But because of this military incursion still in us, You know, even Ministry of Police Affairs, then I think it's Ministry of Interior, or we still have a Ministry of Police Affairs.
Yes,
If you go there too, you will still see some kind of wrangling between police and the minister. And I love what General Musa said. He said, apart from the kinetic angle, the kinetic solution is just 25%. That the non-kinetics are the takes the majority, where he talks about good governance during his screening. I mean, he's not talking like a civilian now, or he's not talking like a retired general. He's not talking like what he did yesterday. He was not talking like a military officer. He was talking like a, retired general. Now he said, we need good governance, the non-kinetic approach, good governance. There should be synergy between the service chief and the Minister of Defense. That he will make sure that they sort that, and balance it. He's not speaking from experience, being the immediate past CDS. So he might have seen some kind of wrangling between them, and now he's going to be in charge of Minister of Defense. Now, the ones there now, he's a junior, so he might actually, but he's retired. They might not actually obey some of the things that he's going to say.
No, it depends on the structure, and that's what he has said. He has identified that indirectly from what you just said.
Yes.
He has tried to put it on the table, and that's one of the ways by which the system can work. And if the president buys into that, then it's just a matter of changing the communication channel and
yes, I wish the president will abide there. But what about the NSA? So there should be coordination between police, NSA, then the military. There should be coordination.
Actually, like I think that the problem a lot of times is lack of synergy. Everybody seems to be working for themselves, and then it becomes anti themselves, because it becomes at cross purposes. Everybody wants to take the glory. Everybody wants to say takes the shine. And that's not the way. What it should be is like what happens in a good home. Everybody takes the glory and everybody takes the pain. That's what it should be in any good setting. So I do hope that he will find this, find the right kind of arrangement that will make the system work. Now, going by what you watched of him yesterday, do you see, did he fit the bill?
Yeah, of course, it's the name. Even before he was named, just merely hearing that he met with Mr. President, everybody, the rumor was already out there that he might likely be the person that is going to be named as the minister. And everybody, even nobody opposed, because we saw when he was CDS, the level of security we're having. Immediately he was removed 2 weeks, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after he was removed. We saw the whole thing escalate. So I think he is a man that is capable.
Maybe that's partly because of the timing of the pressure that was brought to bear by Donald Trump.
Apart, but I think he's a man that knows his onions. He understands the terrain. He was born there. He speaks the language. Yes, he's a northerner, I agree. But most of his career has basically Lafia Dole, Lafia this, one thing or the other, on the insurgent. So he understands how to go about this. It's not like the people that went to Congo peace this thing or ECOMOG.
So that may not be
right from his, I'm sure he's a general. I'm sure maybe from his lieutenant colonel, he has always been in the system of fighting insurgents, not peacekeeping in ECOMOG or whatever. So I think.
So you are saying bringing experience of ECOMOG may be misplaced here. Is that what
ECOMOG's training is quite different from Boko Haram training. ECOMOG's training is just peace. Let's just help them to sort out their problem in Liberia or Sierra Leone. Not like your enemy. They will just ambush you and shoot you and kill you. You understand? That is the strategy of Boko Haram or the bandits. You don't even know them. Sometimes you may even enter the same vehicle with them and you don't know that they are the one. So the system is quite different. But in the likes of ECOMOG during the time of Charles Taylor and Stanley, it's just peacekeeping. You go to another country to make peace. This one is not. Boko Haram does not want peace. They want to take part of your territory.
In addition to what you are saying, Boko Haram are faceless.
Yes,
what
they are
he's saying.
faceless.
That's what
Yes.
he's saying,
Since
yeah.
they are faceless,
Yes.
It makes
the
it more difficult.
tactics of fighting them
It's
is going to be very
Has
difficult.
to
Sure.
be different and difficult.
But for the peacekeeping in all the international organizations,
and
countries they used to go, that one is the normal way of battling security, because they will go there to make sure the peace is there.
And there'll be proper rules of engagement, and everything.
Of course.
All right, so both of you tend to agree that Mr. President got it right with this choice.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Now, if that is so, what do we expect? At least let's have your 1, 2 top priority that you expect that Mr. Minister should focus on. Number 1, number 2, and if possible, if you have low-hanging fruits that you think he can take advantage of quickly, pronto. Yeah.
Number 1, I expect him to really bring an improved national security strategy because of his bunch of experience. He has risen through the ranks. He knows all the ladders. Therefore, the nitty-gritty of military duties, from war to the administration of the military house, he has all the full scale of knowledge of it. So Nigerians today are expecting to see a change approach in strategy, because as the Minister of Finance, he's the mouth, he's the ears of the federal government as far as security of the country is concerned. So, like I said earlier on, in his words that he is going to shift them to the forest.
Yeah.
That means it is now they are going to do the real nitty-gritty of the military assignments, because they are there to secure our territory as a state. And therefore,
when you speak like this, Sadoki, when you speak like this, it looks as if maybe 50% of the soldiers were on the streets. I'm sure that by the time you add up all the number of soldiers on the streets around this country today, they may not even be up to 10% of the entire.
Why I'm telling you this here is that
numbers.
Why I'm telling you this is that in those days, you don't easily see khaki, that is uniform, on the street. There are so many communities, the moment they see just one single individual wearing that uniform, they will gather to be looking at him. It's a very spectacular thing for them that day. But today, majority of the military uniform men are residing in our various communities with their family. That has made them to be politicized, and that has made their real military orientation to vitiate. As far as the military are concerned, it is expected that they should not be having mingling with civilians, so that they will always uphold their real assignment. So, as I speak with you here today, I am telling you that Nigerians are expecting to see a very strong military leadership, because we have a minister that has rose through the ranks, who knows all the nitty-gritty of military work. Nigerians, if they can give excuse to previous ministers, administrations, they cannot give that for Christopher Musa, because all these service chiefs, as my colleague here said, they are his genius. And he had been instructing them before. And he knows how to instruct them now, and they will receive orders from him, because he is the mouthpiece of the presidency, and they are his lieutenants as far as military is concerned. Therefore, one major setback we used to have in Nigeria, even in the military and the security and the nation at large, is lack of professionalism. I agree that a governor of a state is the chief security officer, but that's political.
That's it. That's true.
If you ask him the real military or security activities, he might not be able to give you up to 10 to 15%.
Right.
His scorecard there will be very, very, very low. So you gave a former governor, minister of defense. This is where we are today. But now you gave somebody who is an ex-CDS, who had been battling with all these crises and challenges of the security, and now the hype of the expectation by Nigerians now is for them to see a holistic shift from where we are to where we ought to be. That's my take.
All right. Let's have you.
Okay. Like
at least two very.
Okay. The number one thing we have to say is firstly to push this enemy of state to the bush. Let us come back to the real Nigeria we used to have. You know, where I may decide to travel from here to Lagos and take night bus, and I will not be scared of taking from here to Lagos. That's between Gwagwala Abaji and even between Abaji and Gwagwala, that you'll be
scared.
Be scary. Yes, can be scary. Not to talk of Abaji and Kutu Kerfi. Not to talk of Ondo Aziz of Nigeria.
So the
Okpela Aziz, when you are going there towards south Okpela, between Okene and Okpela, man, and there is this Osara and Igara, man. Then from that place to Awuchi again, you know. So when you look at all those Aziz, you know, they are scary. I've tried all those routes, and man, at times you'll be driving like 1 hour, you might not see any vehicle coming. You'll be like, am I on the right path? Are you sure?
I'm not lost my way.
So, but I didn't mean we are not having security challenges. You will not be afraid. Any city or village you bust out to, you say, please, I'm going to so place.
But now you'll be afraid.
You'll be afraid because they may be directing you to kidnappers' camp. So what I want him to do is push these guys back to where they are, then surround them. You know, I still believe that Nigerians have our army without any mercenaries. But if they do need mercenaries, fine. But without any mercenaries, they can actually fight Boko Haram hands down. I believe that one trained soldier here, 3 of us here cannot handle one trained soldier. So one trained soldier,
does he have six
one
hands?
trained soldiers without gun can beat 3 of us here. Let's try it. You will see. You understand because he's trained. You understand because he's trained. You and I, we are not trained. Even you know, he knows where to hit, and you'll be weak. You understand? So you can imagine the number of people, number of soldiers that we 100. In those days, I used to hear maybe captain command like 50 or 20 soldiers. I don't have the number now, but I know captain command this number, colonel command this number, brigade, you know, all that. So you can imagine when we have that in. So when you push them, if he's in Sambisa, then you can push them to. Then you know, yes, Sambisa. Then Sambisa is almost 6,000 square kilometers. Then you have your strategy
to surround it and also
bombard them via the air. And secondly, now he's not a politician. He's no more a soldier. You know, he's not a politician. He's the political face of the army and the president. Now, he should not so much bother himself about the defense budget. Yes, I know I'm talking like a Nigerian now because I know many people will be congratulating him now. He's a schoolmate, secondary school, primary, family, state, local government, world. They'll be badging to his office now because of what? Contract of 2026 and all that. I think he should forget about that. You should look at how Ejirika did it in 2011 to bombard Boko Haram camp, and we saw results. It's just that because of politics, he was removed, and people were shouting of a war crime. Let him look at that and how the military can be able to handle those people. Politics. You should not play politics with anything. When it comes to
but he has become a politician.
Yes, he has become a politician. There is a way the politics is going to play is going to be like Nigerians' interest, national interest, not because politics is about interest. Your interest, my interest, where there is conflicts, then we resolve. But this time around is about your interest, northern interest, southern interest, where is Nigerian interest? That is where you should stand. Not on northern interest, southern interest, Christian interest, or Muslim interest, but rather a Nigerian interest. That is the area I want him to really stand and deal with these people. Now, but UN predicted that there will be 35 million people that will be in hunger by next year if this insecurity is not being done, solved. 35 million Nigerians. I usually say that there is no country in Africa that can take Nigerian refugees. No country. No country that can bear that weight. Even UK cannot. You see what they are doing with immigration, with their immigration laws. See what US is doing with their immigration laws. You can imagine about 50 million Nigerians move at one swoop to US, or move to Niger, or move to Sudan is having problem. Can we move to Niger? Can we move to 50 million Nigerians move to Benin Republic? Mind you, Lagos is about 20 million or 30 million people. So just imagine 15 million moving to Benin Republic. We've not talked of Oyo. We've not talked of... So no country around us. So we need to solve this security problem right away. No politics.
We need to solve it right away. No politics. Okay? Now, let me ask you. You heard him say yesterday that there will be no more negotiations with the bandits and no more ransom payments. As far as you're concerned, is that the way to go?
Yes. It's a good idea, because the more you pay that ransom, the more you empower them, and the security activity will continue. So I support no more ransom by any means necessary, so that they will be starved materially, financially, and let these soldiers fight them in the bush. That is why I'm with RFI by saying that let even them go to the bush and bombard the bush, burn it, so that,
I mean,
whoever is there.
That's why it makes it very interesting and very funny.
Yes.
That the erstwhile minister said just about a week ago, that there are places in the forest where where bombs cannot penetrate. I'm wondering what kind of talk is that?
Yeah,
if at a point, many people said maybe that was AI, but it's not AI. He said so.
He said it. He said it, but it's something that is very, very surprising to hear that from him, especially as an expert.
Especially as a leader.
As a leader. He's a stakeholder in this, what we are talking about.
And you said that there are places in the forest that bombs cannot penetrate?
It's not possible.
I don't understand.
Even in the
It's
river.
a political statement.
It is.
Nigerians, we have a way of making light of
everything.
Serious.
Yes.
I think to me, you just want, like, for me, this is my opinion regarding that statement, like, I want to protect my people. It's 2027 political talk, campaign talk. Say, we can't come and bomb you because you are my people. That is the meaning of all words. If not, there is no, how can you say there is no place? That was why I asked that question. When that question was, do we have a dome in Nigeria that the defense dome that when they throw the bomb, like what we usually, it will repel it. If we have that, that would be wonderful. That means
and if we have that, it will then be working for us, not
for us, not them. Yes, not
and
for them.
even if there is an area that bomb will not work, we are expecting them to go and borrow modern technology that will also water down what is happening in the bush.
I think what he should have said is this: in these villages or in these bushes, we have communities.
We have people. We have women, pregnant women.
Because
small
it's
children.
not that
probably will get some sympathy.
RFI said they should live for the assignment of bombing the bush.
No, you see, a friend of mine, not a friend.
Again, when you talk about RFI has played both sides.
Both sides, yes.
Because he was the one at the beginning who said, we have brought in people here, we have paid them,
we know where they are.
In order to keep the peace, we know where they are. But then later, he also came back to say, I will never pay. Yeah. Government should never pay. So when you meet such a person, you need to be careful how to use his quotes, because it then means that it's neither here nor there.
It's double
You know
faced.
how they talk about a bat not being a bird. It's not a bird. It's not an animal. Abi, it's not a mammal. Sorry, Abi, it's not a mammal.
It's not a mammal. It's not a bird.
So El-Rufai will not be a very good reference point in this matter, because he already, at a point, he even was promoting them and saying, if you kill one Fulani man, it's a debt you owe, and you will eventually pay. Please, the line is open in case you are interested in calling. It's 080-299-3090. 365. Should I repeat that slowly? 080-299-38 and 365. Thank you. Please do call in. Now, so so you are saying you were still trying to make a point, or you're done?
Yes, I was trying to say a brother of mine,
Yes.
because from my same community, was kidnapped about 2 years ago or thereabout. He was traveling home in Kogi, so he was not even up to Kotokarfi, and he was kidnapped. I think he spent his Christmas there. Then New Year they released him after contribution, and that paid about 2 million naira then for him to be released. And the one sad thing about that, his own case, was that after money was given to somebody to go and deliver to the people, the person ran away with the 2 million. So another money was contributed again for him. So, but when he was telling me his experience in these people's hands, the communities, they know these people. They work with them. They work with them. They live with them. They know them. In fact, they even go there to buy cigarettes. And so there is difficult to say you are going to tell a community that leave your village because you want to come and bomb. Even the criminals, they know, the terrorists, they know that they will know that they are coming. So let us move. Let's move. If you look at our terrain, we are just looking at it. Kogi State, as an example, is very massive, about 35,000 kilometers squares. If you are going, before you get to Kene, if they pick you, somebody said they trek for almost 4 hours. So just imagine trekking 4 hours. You are trekking from here more than like Maraba. So you will not know your north, south, west to be able to. Just imagine a general that is trained in geography, does not know where he was before in map reading. He didn't know where he was. So you can imagine ordinary person, citizen that is not. And so it's going to be difficult to say, let's bombard, use bomb, let the Air Force use bomb, because in those communities. There are communities.
But one thing I want us to remember here is that they have den.
They have
dens.
They have special
and
where
all
they are
the
concentrated.
dens, all the dens. Like one of our governors used to say, no matter how they move in that forest, they are seeing them, but they can't do anything. This is to tell you that there are some selected spots that if you bomb, it's as good as you have killed their strength. And had you ever had any such effort?
Yes, there was this lady that died in the military barrack in Kaduna. I learned when they give her instruction to go and bomb, she do bomb and with precision. I'm trying to read from Kogi Kaba Aziz, one Air Force pilot like that, that died about 2 or 3 years ago. Young lady, yes.
Very young lady.
Very young lady, yes.
It's first, is it war pilot?
War pilot.
The first war pilot, female war pilot. Yes.
So we've done something like that, but
I think the whole point he's making is that we needed to do a lot more.
Yes.
A lot more.
Yes. We should have coordinates. They will say, these people, like in my community, we definitely, when somebody comes to your community, where some terrible people are staying. You understand?
Yeah.
And somebody is also aiding them to stay. You understand?
So if you need to take out those people, you take out also the person who is aiding them to stay. And that's what the Senate is saying.
Yeah, that is where intelligence comes in. Okay, somebody can come into your community and behave as normal human being, somebody that speaks your language, somebody that understands you, and be able to map up, okay, these people, this is where they are. They will have the technology to say, this is the coordinate these people are. Because I'm very careful with this statement I want to make, because in my own community, there are certain group of people that came and they took over the bush and all those things. They don't stay with my own people. You understand now? Though we've not.
So which is a confirmation of what you said, that there are concentration places for specific people.
This is now where I am going. Where these people are staying is where our people farm. So the day you are going for bombardment, Probably
there are areas that are far away from any community.
From any civil,
do you know Sambisa?
Yeah,
let me tell you something. You see, if there is good political will to do something in this forest, I'm telling you, you'll see changes. Let me give you an example. Let us put all this situation now in perspective. Do you mean to tell me, as this General Musa is saying, that they are shifting the military checkpoint to the forest? Are you trying to tell me once there are neighbors between kidnappers and military tents, because there definitely are going to be tents in the forest for them to live together, do you mean to tell me that if they are neighbors, is it easy for a bandit to go and take somebody on the highway to come and pass through the same axis of the military district to go to his den? Is it possible?
Well, there is yes and no.
That's
in
one.
The sense, it's yes and no in the sense that, like I said, one trained officer can handle 3 or 4 seated here. Now, if there is no sabotage, because I heard him also talking about sabotage in the system, yes, they can take care of that. Because even with this Boko Haram, we've heard of where they are going to attack a particular, and there was an ambush.
Yes. So how will an ambush come if there is no information?
There are
moles.
There are moles. Yes, that is the word. There are moles in the system. In the system, that is why we've not been able to succeed in the fight against insurgent banditry, Boko Haram. In fact, civil war. If you go back and read the history of, mind you, France supported Biafra, Cote d'Ivoire supported Biafra, and some other countries, and the aids were coming in with all those support from international communities. Nigeria still was able, because they were providing them with ship, armories, flights, mercenaries. You know, if you go and read all these books and the history about Nigerian Biafra war, Nigeria was able, very simple, coming through Benue, coming through Cameroon, coming through Atlantic Ocean. Are you telling me that Nigeria cannot do that with Boko Haram when they go to cover Difa? Difa is a neighboring town in Nigeria, I think some part in Nigeria. Take charge of that as Lake Chad basins. But Lake Chad is a waterlogged, is a lake, but which is not sharing boundary with Nigeria, Niger, Chad. You take charge of that, and nobody part. By the time you cover all that length, you will see that they will be like snuffed out of life, because there will be no oxygen to breathe. When there is no food, when there is no drug, when there is no arms coming in and going out from that Sambisa forest or whatever, you will see that naturally they will surrender.
All right. Fantastic time we're having here on The Polity. I encourage you to please bring your own contributions to bear, and the number to call is 08029938365. Please do so. We're waiting. And so now let's go. So do you see Mr. President, or before we do that, now he needs the support. General Musa needs the support of all Nigerians to succeed. We agreed on that.
Yes.
Now let me ask you, Sadoki. Now, do you believe that he has the support and the goodwill of the North?
Yes, he has it, because as my colleague once said, that by naming him alone has spread rumor that he is going to be the defense minister, and people are jubilating. Yet there's nobody that is criticizing even his designation so far. He was a designate that was holistically upheld by all Nigerians, because I can say all because of the majority are with him. So now when you talk of security, it's not an issue of northern support alone.
I know.
Nigeria as a country, we all supported him while he's the CDS. And we've seen his actions towards watering down the militarization of these armed bandits. Really. So now, the issue of him getting support from North and South is there, and we are really, really, really applauding Mr. President for naming General Musa Christopher as the minister based on professionalism, because he knows all what is happening within the military cycle. So that is one key area that support will garner for him. Number two, there is this issue that some Nigerians are entertaining phobia of civilian militarization. Because what I mean here is that the risk of human rights violation.
Okay.
Because as a military officer, he only knows what they used to say in the barrack, obey before complain. Not like other civilians that were appointed ministers.
He also talked about, so there's a need for him to understand
how to balance between his uniform work before and now that he is a civilian.
I think that this person we're talking about has even demonstrated a whole lot of that even while being CDS. It's one CDS who really articulated the issues. I remember him raising the issue of the fact that there are foreign, these people are getting foreign support and funding, and that needs to be checked. Now, let me take this call. Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome. Good to have you. What's your name?
My name is Rabi Silas, calling you from Katsina State.
Katsina. How's Katsina today?
It's very fine.
All right, let's go.
Okay. We are talking about the Senate confirmed General Musa as the Minister of Defense.
Yes.
Yes, this is a welcome development of security. If you know this minister, General Musa doesn't play with anywhere with any place where he works. If you look at the way how he made and bring the peace in Maiduguri, when he was a commander, a theater commander, so he brings the desired change in the leadership of the guns in the ministry. Because in advanced nation, you cannot be a politician, somebody who cannot even do fire, or a businessman, you can't defense ministry. You have to give at least somebody like the retired general who knows the tactics to head the ministry. So the decision of Mr. President is a welcome, and we are hoping to see the desired change because we have confidence of General Musa. He brings the discipline when he was a CPS in that defense ministry. So we are hoping, we are praying God to give him courage and determination to bring the success, to dismiss, to allow the peace to reign. Amen. Because he cannot, based on what he disclosed to the Senate, he cannot do it alone.
Sure.
He needs effective collaboration and synergy.
Correct. Rabi.
Yes, we are expecting more.
All right. Thank you so much.
The change is coming.
Oh, okay. I like your positivity. I like your optimism.
Yes.
I mean, and that's the general feeling around town.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Rabi.
Okay, thank you.
Ageshe Iyalinka.
I wanted to hear you. I have family.
Oh, you know how? Okay, you'll be single. Okay. Very soon the family will come. Bye-bye. All right now, so that's the feeling from out there that the right choice has been made and that the change, I mean, see how he sounded. I mean, that the change will come soon. Yes. That's what we all hope for, and we do hope that that will come soon. Now, do you think that Mr. President can give this minister all the support that he needs without succumbing to political pressure?
Well,
because this man is going to need a lot of money. He's going to need to bulldoze, like we just talked about. He's going to need a whole lot of sometimes military, like fiat. I mean, given to him by the president. Do you see this president doing all that?
Yeah. In fact, in this administration, we saw that happening to Wike, Minister of FCT. Wike being a lawyer, he studied the law of a FCT. It's okay. A, B, C, D, we are not doing it. And it was Wike that said it himself. And he wrote to Mr. President, and Mr. President gave him the approval.
And when he came, one of the things, very solid point you made, I remember FCT used to be under the TSA thing.
TSA thing, and
but
the President removed him, and we all see what is going on in FCT. And say whatever you want to say about Wike. You may call me Wike man, fine. I don't. But we are seeing what is happening in FCT. When he was governor of the Rivers, I was there for 2 years when he was governor. So I saw what he did. So I'm not surprised with what he's doing. Likewise, if General Musa too will apply that model, with Mr. President, it's okay. Why we are having this problem in the security is this bottleneck X, Y, Z. Can we do it this way, do it this way, do it this way according to law, so that we will not flout the law? And
but also with military
fiat, some kind of it's fine, I believe. But one thing, where his appointment is painful to me, that I would have preferred General Musa as CDS to being minister.
Really?
Because, yes, I would have preferred him as CDS, but unfortunately we played politics, for his removal. Yes, I know they didn't tell us why he was removed, but we saw some politics behind it.
Why do you think?
Yes, because with as CDS, his own is to just give you command, and you must obey. It's not like now he's a politician. He's more or less like a civilian. He's now a former general. He's not a serving general. If the serving general can decide not to obey him, you get my point.
Who would that serving general obey?
A serving general will obey the Mr. President.
Very good. Didn't we argue? I mean, there was some arguments back and forth when the face-off between Wike and Yerima happened. That Wike represents the president, isn't it?
Yes.
So now, if that is correct, then of course, in even more specific manner, this minister represents Mr. President in terms of security and defense.
That lacuna, he mentioned it because he mentioned it in the Senate yesterday. That lacuna of where they will now be able to report or have interaction between them, all their security architecture, the DSS, the NSA, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, the police, the security. Yes, the police have their own, I think, under interior. But
under police affairs.
Then the civil defense is under interior. If all of them can come together,
including NSCDC?
No, there is a way, not really to come under his ministry, but
there has to be a synergy.
There is the office created for that. That is the NSA office.
NSA office.
But the problem is that they are having a conflict of duties. At times, the Ministry of Defense might be looking at Channel A, and the NSA, because the police ministry is under him, might be looking something as Channel B.
So that is to say that problem is still there.
It's there.
So, because I was just thinking, it's even possible because of his antecedents, because of his
track record.
Because of his track record, it's even possible for him to be able to rally the CDS, the service chiefs around him. But what happens to the NSA?
That's another
when Nuhu Ribadu
because the NSA seems to be taking the shine right now.
Of course.
He seems to be in the center of things.
Yes, he is.
So what happens to him?
That is where I have a challenge with our NSA. Our NSA is more of a politician than being an NSA. NSAs that we've had in the past, you can't compare the NSA of Aliyu Guso with an NSA of Nuhu Ribadu.
Why? What do you
can't. Nuhu Ribadu is being obvious. Every photo opportunity, he loves camera. NSA does not appear on camera on television.
If that does not affect the discharge of his duties. If it does not.
Mention who is Aliyu Guso today among Nigerians who knows him.
Most people don't know him, yes.
Most people don't know him because he's a trained officer. He knows his own.
No,
mention this Guazo, who knows him? NSA. We are talking of NSA. National Security Advisor.
Aliyu Guso, first of all, belong to the security service, isn't it?
Yes.
So maybe that's part of the training to remain
anonymous.
Exactly, as anonymous as
But
possible.
why Sambo Dasuki is extrovert?
Yes, Sambo Dasuki too was not that too known, if not for the when they corrupt
Jonathan.
the problem of that they are probing.
But
him.
I'm asking,
it was not so.
I'm asking, how does that hamper his effectiveness?
Yes, it affects because everybody, even people that are supposed to know you, we just they know how this is our NSA now. Even if somebody
how does that?
if somebody like Aliyu Guso comes here now, some people I can tell you that 99% of staffs here will not know him.
Sure, yes,
and he will get
true.
the information he needs to get. But somebody like Nuhu Ribadu can never do that
Because he's known.
He's
and
known.
The moment he appears.
Yes, immediately appears. You will know. Yeah, I will know that this is Nuhu
it will make
Ribadu.
people to be.
Yes, you will be conscious of what you are going to say because you know that this is the NSA.
No, but again, the NSA himself, as an individual, doesn't go so many places. He walks through other people.
Yes, I understand at that angle too, because why should our NSA be laughing at the camera all the time? Every time opening it with cameras.
I don't say.
And foreign. Foreign.
Are we not
but that has nothing to do with coordinating the security apparatus of the country.
His effectiveness.
His effectiveness is there.
And by the way,
you see,
are we not the same people who are asking that we should promote military-civilian
relations?
Another angle I'm going, mind you, when he was appointed to as a NSA, there was this rumor or grumbling that a police officer is being appointed as a
I don't think anything's wrong with that.
Yes, well, it's minor, but they've already placed it that it's only military generals and that occupy that post. And if you check, since when the NSA office was created, 1986 or there about 85 or 86, it has always been military person that has been occupying that post up till it was Nuhu Ribadu that broke that genes and kind of thing. So personally, I've not really seen that effectiveness, that thing that the weight the NSA's National Security Advisor, you report to the president directly, you have information of everything. I've not really seen that impact that office carries, sincerely speaking, even compared to when Muguno was NSA, where you have not, when you compare, juxtapose Muguno's Nuhu Ribadu, Aliyu Guso, this man, the former general that died in a plane crash. When you look at all of them, you will see that there is a lack of a kind of security lapses between when you look at all that. So I think Nuhu Ribadu is not. Yes, he's a fine person. He's somebody that I admire. No, but I think that office is far beyond it.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So let's go back and ask: do you think that, I think that was where we were?
Yes, that
Mr. President will be ready to give all the
support. Yes. Mr. President will give that support to the General Musa, and we saw it when he was CDS, and right now that, and like I mentioned earlier on with Wike, President Tinubu is a go-getter, right from for those of us that have been watching him, not really his fan, but I've been watching him from when he was, I started watching him when he was governor. So anything he wants, he will actually get it. And if once you tell him, I need X, Y, Z, it's okay, can you get result? He say yes. And look at, he will give you the opportunity to do that. And look at those people that have been walking around him, from Fashola to Ambode to, he will make sure that you are there and give you the opportunity to perform. He has been doing that. So I'm not seeing anything that will make him not to allow General Musa.
Well, interestingly, what do you think?
Yes, he will give him all the necessary support because this is an electioneering period. So we've seen how President Jonathan's ambition of candidacy lost out simply because of this insecurity issue. And the government today will not like to campaign with this kind of insecurity we're having. So he will give him support so that at least he has something to campaign for his re-election. So the support will be there. And by choosing Musa even, is enough to tell you that definitely there's going to be a support from the presidency and its people.
You think that, let's look at a scenario, a hypothetical scenario, that General Musa brings a proposal, a motion, a proposal, and an emir, a top emir, brings a suggestion that is contrary to General Musa. Where does that leave Mr. President?
Mr. President will go for General Musa because this is a security matter, not a traditional ruler. You can't speak for him because you don't have the technical know-how of...
No, he's countering you.
Yes, I'm countering you on that because you might not speak for Mr. President. It depends on, like he said earlier, his own.
No, you know, his political ambition supersedes any other thing because that's why I'm telling you that he will not like the security situation to continue to generate while he is campaigning because he has nothing to tell people anymore because number one thing that is disturbing Nigerians today is security issue.
See, his readiness to support General Musa, will that also have to be, can it be hinged on the pressure being brought to bear by Donald Trump?
Well, yes, because even Donald Trump, what he asserted to Nigeria is disturbing this presidency. So with that...
You agree to that?
Yeah.
With that, you can see where I'm coming from to tell you that at the moment now, Mr. President has nothing in his front than that aspiration of 2027, whether we like it or not.
Okay, which is okay. I thought you said the security because
not the security.
I would have said, don't you see that renewed hope,
renewed hope agenda,
regional initiatives are being set up. Okay, so but that is in line with what you said. Now, so as we speak today, Matawale is still the Minister of State.
Yes.
Now, whether we like it or not, it's in the public domain that during his tenure as governor, this was one governor who bought Hilux vehicles, how do you call those vehicles now, for bandit leaders, bandit commanders and all that, which is to say, he probably would prefer the soft way, the negotiations way. Now, with a person who has declared clearly that there will be no more negotiations and that there will be no more ransom payments. Do you think that they can forge the appropriate synergy to work together to achieve based on the substantive minister's values? Or, I mean, let me reframe it. Do you think that Matawale can be a useful team member under this dispensation, or do you think he will constitute a cog in the wheel of progress?
No, he will be a team member.
The
main reason, yes, because...
Why do you think so?
Because he's subordinate to the principal minister.
That's number one. Who
that's number one. That's number one. Number two, the era of him supporting bandits while he is governor has gone. Now, as a state minister, did you see any correlation with his former idea?
Yeah, but, I mean, we also have it in the public domain that Matawale constantly had a face-off regularly with the current governor, who he kept telling that you can't do anything about security without factoring me in. What does that really mean?
Well, that really means they have their political differences.
Good.
But
and that may also mean, and I'm not...
it may mean
you cannot hurt my people.
You cannot hurt my people. It may
and
mean...
my people may mean some of those bandit people. Because
it may mean...
In the end, we must grapple with the fact that these boys are being sponsored by big people within the society.
You see,
and that's why
as far as Nigerian security and defense is concerned today, Matawale is not the Alpha and Omega.
Right.
It is what Mr. President have good will, political will to deliver that the Ministry of Defense will go after. If really, Mr. President, he is having the political will to champion this security threat, I'm telling you, General Musa will follow suit, Matawale will follow suit. So the issue of being team member is automatic because you can never quantify the weight of state minister with that of Mr. President. And there are these, what do you call it, security infrastructure that once you solidify them, you are good to go. People in Nigeria today are afraid of so many things, especially with this appointment. among which is not only this synergy you are talking about, the state minister and the principal, not that. Among is one vital issue people are really, really afraid is the interference of the presidency while Musa is trying to see how you can be able to deliver.
That is some
because there are always cabals. There are
right.
cabals always.
The kitchen cabinet.
The kitchen cabinets. Because Jonathan once said that he is whining and dining with sponsors or in that case, if Jonathan,
that's a huge one.
Of course, that is a huge one. If Jonathan, as #1 citizen, as at then, has been crying of this within his cabinet, and he say he's aware,
and
it means he can't do anything to them.
About it.
That's what it means. That's what it means. So now,
but see, I like that point that we've got into. If he says if he couldn't do anything about it, but he was aware,
yes.
Whose fault really is that? Is that because he chose to be well, he's a highly respected Nigerian. Is that because he chose to be to drop the ball, or because those persons, those factors were stronger than him?
You see, in security operations, so many factors tend to fall in, among which are saboteurs.
Good. So I'm saying, if you knew, if I have a team of myself, Chukwunalu, and Sadauki,
you can't start firing all your kitchen cabinets overnight.
So of what use is it if they remain with me? If they are making me
It's
fail?
because you cannot even know them black and white.
Aha, maybe that's the point.
That is it.
No, but he said he knows them.
What I'm saying, he said he is aware there are,
okay,
but he didn't.
He does not,
that is the main issue that couldn't make him to act. If not,
he doesn't know
only,
who per se.
of course, if not only for the ambition of his re-election alone, can spur him to do and undo to make sure he does the issue of insecurity in Nigeria as at then. But the point here is, you can't really point black and white where is and who is and how it. Let me give you an analogy.
Okay, good.
While General Muhammadu Buhari or President Muhammadu Buhari of late memory was swearing in at the Ilgu Square, he said that I promise to trace the source of banditry, the sponsors, the what have you. He lists them all. But as he just entered the office, saw the actors in, he just has to do nothing like to say close the book and forget. He doesn't do anything. Nothing. So likewise, Jonathan then, and that is what we are afraid now as Nigerians in
that may also happen.
Tinubu's government, because there are some vested interests that will always sabotage your effort, no matter how you have the sincerity of purpose to achieve your mandate. Like General Musa is saying that this is what and what he'll do. Now they are there now trying to calculate how to counter him. They are right now going to.
So that's why I cited one example, but you have said that one is not likely to. But you see, that's a very classical example of someone who can frustrate the entire system. But let it not be that maybe one is being
pessimistic
or pessimistic or being personal
about it.
I'm just saying, if you have somebody who has a different kind of mindset, who has a different kind of mentality, and all that, and you are bringing a new system, many times you find that the people, and this is a person who's already in the system before you. He has foot soldiers.
Yes.
He has loyalists.
He has loyalists.
So, but let's move on. Let's move on. Even as let's just take a breather and then get back and round up.
Thank you.
We take a breather, and after that, we come back and round up.
while wrapping up the day. Unwind with the reminiscence of the day's news from home and abroad with Kaftan TV 7 p.m. news.
Good to have you join us on Kaftan News at 7.
Nigerians are living in happiness.
5% are young people.
We propose the Harmony Symphony.
It's good to have you join us on Kaftan TV News at 7.
We found that the 10 naira are not actually sufficient.
National, foreign news headlines. Get balanced, accurate facts on the latest news in business, politics, entertainment, sports, and more. Live from our studios.
Many thanks for watching and join us again at 9
Kaftan
p.m.
TV News.
In a world where information is vital to every individual, a platform where technology is a medium to pass information, you can always catch up on all information written in the newspapers, even without having one. Join us on The Press.
Reaching you live from the Abuja studios.
On The Punch for this morning, the Blueprint newspaper, Nigerian Tribune this morning.
As we give you information and opinions about current events and topical issues on politics, business, sports, entertainment, weather forecasts, and lots more in the local city, across all states, and across all countries. Showing daily on StarTimes, channel 124, 9 a.m. West African time, only on Kaftan TV. Stay connected with us.
That he said it is a reason why I will not do it. I pursue the federal government to pay us our damages.
YouTube, Kaftan TV.
A very tricky one. And then the bottom line is this.
Website www.kaftan.tv.
Point is, the youth must come together. The pendulum can swing in your favor.
Instagram, Kaftan_TV. Kaftan TV. Imagine a beautiful world. In a world where information is vital to every...
Welcome back. We're still here, but in a few minutes it will all be over for this edition of The Polity. And I'm glad that you're still there. Thanks for being there. And did you tell your neighbors that something great is happening at Kaftan Television? Don't forget to invite somebody to watch. It's happening here. And I don't have to make too much noise about it, but we're getting the feelers, we're getting the feedback, and this is where to be. All right, and then you also have a chance, an opportunity to participate, not just watch. And that's why we provide a line on which you can call. And the number is 0802-9938-365. Please do use this opportunity so that together, as a team, we can build the Nigeria of our dreams. Who knows, the wisdom that's required to unlock the beauty, the bounty, the blessings of this country might just be with you. And if you, within that 1 minute, you unleash it, the world will watch you, will listen, or will listen to you. And that might be our moment of eureka. I encourage you to be a part of this, just like Rabiu from Katsina did a while ago. Now, gentlemen, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
Even as we go on the home run, this is the home run. In less than about 12 minutes or 13, it should be over here. Now, the general did say yesterday that he will be probing the sudden withdrawal of security forces of the military.
Niger State.
Where's that?
Kebbi State.
In Kebbi State, prior to the attack, prior to the abduction of those students. And how also a brigadier general could be captured so cheaply by
a mime.
Is this something to do, or should particularly the case of the general, should it be on the cards, or like some people would say, is it better to allow the past to remain in the past?
No. see, it's good the way he said he's going to investigate what happened and see what he can do about it, because some people need to be conscious of what is happening within their domain. You imagine they are trying to, you imagine a situation whereby if not there is collaboration, why will those military will be taken out while they are
and then shortly
for
after,
operation?
those people,
in that short period of time, something is fishy.
Correct.
And he needs to fish it out. For Nigerians to have heard him saying so yesterday is a very, very good principle that he's taken to do it. That's number one. Number two, for that general that was mimed there, is it Brigadier General?
Yes, he was.
Yes, definitely there are some suspicious elements within even the military cycle, because where he's supposed to be not easily to be,
because ordinarily a brigadier general will not be alone.
Of course, will not be alone. Where are his guards? Where are his guards? What happened? How comes he's the only person that they've captured there?
Just like that.
Just like that, cheaply, as the general said. So for me, he has a very good effort to say that he wants to investigate what happened for both scenarios.
Yes, normal. Let me use our local parlance on the street, on the normal thing. By now, even without probing, some people should have been sacked, or dismissed, or let me use the word dismissed by now. It's not that the military hierarchy does not know who gave the order by now. It's not that they don't know who leaked the information.
Or who ought to be in position
charge
to give such an order.
So if they know all that, if they don't know, it means that you and I, we are not even safe. That is just the truth. If by now they don't know what is within, just inside their compound, let me use that word, they don't know who gave the order or who released the information that made the brigadier general, to just get him easily like that and get killed and make spectacle of him, that means you and I, even here, they don't have information that maybe somebody wants to attack us. They will tell you that they are not aware. So they should, by now, the military high command or whoever, the chief of army staff or whatever, should have been raid some people, lock them in the guard room, court martial. Where were you? Because in the military, I think I learned that we were told that you are guilty.
I was just going to talk about that.
Until you are proven innocent. But we as civilians, we are innocent
until proven guilty.
In the military, you are guilty if
it's charged already.
Yes, if it's within your domain to secure that place.
And you fail.
Get you, put you in the guard room and court martial the person, and you prove that I am not the one who, from that chain of command down to the least person, the person that obeyed that, command. Remember, I'm not excited hearing him saying, I'm going to probe, because we have scenarios like that. I remember when this person was killed, Chief Bolaige, the police officer guarding him said
they went to eat.
They went to eat.
Imagine.
Before they came back,
the incidents occur.
They are going to probe, they are going to do this.
Nothing came
when
out of
this, I'm trying to recall his name now in Port Harcourt, was this PDP man.
Yes.
Was killed too.
Yes.
He was with police escort, and no information was Harry Marshall. Yes, sorry, the younger brother is Umbo Harry, sorry.
In fact, not just Harry, there was another one within that same period.
We've had and these are people that are, with security apparatus with them, and we didn't hear anything. It's not that they don't know what really happened. It's not. I don't want to believe that.
These are the reasons why I'm asking. Do you think that this man will get all the support he needs? Because even if you can think this way, even the president himself will most likely also think this way. So why do we have the delay? What is the play about? What is the drama?
I just define politics. That politics is about interest.
What is it about?
It's about interest. Politics is conflict of interest. Your interest, my interest, his interest. then where politics comes in is where my interest is against your interest, and our interest is against his interest. Then how do we resolve that? How do we resolve that disparity? That is where politics comes in. They might see when they bring reports, this is the person.
Exactly.
So they did that thing. They may say, and this person is the person dining with Mr. President. And he knows that if he should touch this man, his throne will go down. Because either one thing or the other, he has done one or two things with him. And what will you expect him to do? As big as President Obasanjo, as big as he is, there are certain people that he couldn't touch in the system. You can see the way General T.Y. Danjuma talked to him when he resigned or whatever. You know, Kwankwaso cannot do that to General Obasanjo. You understand? When Kwankwaso was the Minister of Defense. But T.Y. Danjuma can do that.
No, but I mean, also you can't. I mean, when you are comparing apples, you must compare apples with apples. You can't compare apples with oranges.
Yes.
Yeah, comparing Kwankwaso, for example, with T.Y. Danjuma,
they are two different.
Okay.
They didn't match.
Okay.
At all.
I will tell you. Okay, let me. Yes, apple to apple. Okay, the way General Obasanjo is going to deal with a General Aliyu Gusau will be different from the way General Obasanjo is going to deal with T.Y. Danjuma.
That one is
you understand? So
that
is the same way with Tinubu. President Tinubu is going to deal with different names that he's going to call. If my name appears to the president, hypothetically that I was the one that did this, the way President Tinubu is going to deal with me will be different from.
Who be that person?
They will clear him. Do you understand? But if I have political weight, he knows that I can influence his election. He will say, "Problem." I'm not saying that is what is happening, but that was with Nigeria. He went, well, I heard that you, and they will have the whole thing. So that is how Nigerians has been operating. In my own place where I am from, now people are angry that the President Tinubu appointed Ifeanyi Okowa as a regional something
commission.
Renewed Hope agenda and all those things. They are not saying that why did he appoint him? Because he was one of those people that abused him. But President Tinubu knows that Okowa is very, very important for 2027 as far as South is concerned.
Yes.
So that is how they play politics with everything.
Game of interest.
We don't have a guarantee.
No guarantee.
To the bottom of that then.
Yeah, it's not that. Will I say we don't have a guarantee? It just is.
And that will be sad because that will be the first. Because he has also given it as one of the first things he's going to do. If he doesn't get that, it begins to already put a question mark on whether he's going to be able to.
Question mark in this security issue has been there. Talk about the issue of saying they are going to publish
names.
Names. Up till now, where is the names?
I mean, about 2 years ago, was it?
Of course.
UAE gave us names. Of
no, I'm saying authority from the government give us published names. From our president.
Or is it possible that they don't know?
Is it possible that this
no,
is what
some names will be published and it becomes a security problem. No, we have to be careful because some of us, we are saying some of these things. When we get there, just like what you said, somebody got to the president and he saw them and he closed this and dumped it.
People are doing wrong things.
Some of us, when we get there, you will see Sunday, you will just open your mouth like this there, and you will not be able to say anything. So it's not like why we are.
So in that case,
but okay. Let me.
The insecurity will continue in that case.
Let's take this a little bit further. We're getting close to the end of the program, but one list that was brought out, and I think it was just recently, whether last week or something, you had Tukur Mamu.
Yes, I know Tukur Mamu.
Took him to court.
The publisher, and you had a whole lot of other names. Samaluddin, some names, and then you had companies, and you have BDC, I mean Bureau de
Changes
companies. Are those the names that are so big for any Nigerian president to tackle?
All those ones that are just errand boys.
So why don't we tackle errand boys?
No. If you tackle the errand boys, they are not even the big fish.
People. No. But this one has been provided.
They are not.
We have still not done anything about it.
If you touch any of them, it's as well you are touching the big wig.
They are not. They can easily, even if
In
they
that
touch
case,
them.
why don't we touch them?
Because the big wig is untouchable.
No, they are touching them now because they've taken Mahmoud to court. Let's believe that they are touching them now because they're taking him to court.
That's the only one we hear.
Yeah, they.
What about the rest on the list?
But I can tell you that it's just because they've seen him that he's weak. He's nobody.
He
will
doesn't
come
have
from.
any.
He doesn't have. Nobody will come from
No
him.
clout. So
No clout. We know the person that sent Mamu, that asked him to negotiate. That is a Mamu who was just like in between. This thing happened just recently. We are not talking of 15 years ago. Just in the administration of El-Rufai and President Muhammadu Buhari. You understand? So we know all those. But they are not going after the person that say negotiate on my behalf. They are not touching him. But they are touching Mamu just because they saw 50 million naira. So that is why I said there are some names that you will see, you will not be able to, you too, you will be shaking. Because you know, you touch them, they become a national national security.
At the end, we will not get to the bottom of this if we keep having this kind of
arrangements,
these kind of issues. And there are people, for example, you wonder why has this person not been taken into custody and questioned? They are always at every negotiation. They know the hideouts of the bandits. They know everything. They promote them. They say don't touch them, don't kill them, because these people is because of bad governance. And I ask, if everybody who has suffered because of bad governance were to take up arms against the Nigerian state, where will Nigeria remain?
Of course.
If everybody who is hungry, who has no job, who has no health facility in his town, who has no fire service, who has no potable water, who has no school, if everybody in Nigeria, if you put them together and they begin to carry arms, this country will be leveled in a few minutes.
Of course.
Yeah, what is happening in Sudan will be like a child's play.
Exactly. So we can't continue to have people who promote that line of thought, who promote that line of that leaning, and then they move freely. Well, I guess that's all that we can take today. I thank you so much, Sadoki.
You're welcome. Thank you.
To think that I just got to know you yesterday on somebody's recommendation, on actually my boss's recommendation. You know him?
Yes. He's my teacher.
Your teacher?
Yes. Sir.
All right.
Yes.
And I'm glad to have you.
Thank you, sir.
And I can tell you that we need to have you a lot more.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Always.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And Chukuna Lueke.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so you know you're my guest now.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome. All right, I will say thank you to my production team, every one of you, Joseph, and okay, camera was handled by, so who handled your own?
Pamileri.
Okay, Pamileri, all right. So thank you, Pamileri, and every one of you. Thank you so very much. Wonderful team you are. And I must say thank you, the biggest thank you to you, the viewers. Without you, it will be useless. Imagine for a moment that you set up a school and there are no students. And the teacher goes to the board and begins to write X plus Y equals... That will be something else. They will need to call such a teacher and
evaluate.
All right, so thank you very much. That's the beat that we can take today. My name remains Dayo Omogun. Thank you so much. Join me, please, at 8 for Matters Arising. Bye-bye.